second or the first Yeshiva Tzad in America.
First
And
one?
it was Eretz Leizerua. It was such a wasteland. America was such a midbar. You sent somebody to go to learn. Well, we don't want to be. I don't know. I shall be a rabbi. I don't know, going to learn. They said that's ridiculous. Well, you can't waste time. Like, would be right. It was that those immigrants that they ran away from starvation, from hunger in Europe. So they felt that that's exactly why because they're
full belly.
Because they're Chiyid, because they keep certain mitzvahs. So they'll be right backwards. If they're here in America, they'll be a observant Jew. They'll be right back where they started from. So his whole day and whole night, he used to eat himself up alive to schnorr, to beg for children, not money. Money's always a problem to raise, but to beg for children. When he and my mother, when they would stand and with a prospective parent to send their child, so the parent would start arguing with them here in America. So those already had their opinion about my mother and father. My father, that they were outdated. They had no idea America goes to go learn. So my father would see that they would. One of those that already had their opinion about it would quietly try to step on the other one's toe, quietly behind my mother, father's back, that they're crazy, don't argue with them. They don't know it's America, you go to some to Yeshiva Tane. So he ate himself up alive, and the hardest customers were the Klei Kodesh, were the Chassidish Rebbes. Their children, they wouldn't hear of it. And the rabbis, they would not hear of it to send their child to Yeshiva. It was only Balabatim, it was the whole Yeshiva.
Where was it?
Huh?
Where was it?
In Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah. And then so that's from the side of founding the Yeshiva and keep it running, Yeshiva Tzaddik. And then there was no bus. The first thing is busing. What kind of busing?
You walked.
Buzzing. So my father used to have to be up 5 in the morning, learn for an hour or so, daven, and then he would get in. He had to use equipment from the business. He was in partners in the furniture business, so he had to take the furniture truck and go to the length and breadth of Chicago, picking up children. His partners, they ate him up alive on company money, company gas, company time, using company equipment to go like this here. So this took away took his health, his energy, his everything. That's why he left when he was 36 years old. He left.
You lost more Jews in the United States than you did in the Holocaust.
How many students did they have there?
What?
How many students did they have there?
They had at one time 20. We have a copy of an invitation to a Malke for the benefit of the Yeshiva Tane. so 1930, by 1930, 29 maybe, something like that. A copy of so it said for the benefit of the it was called by Sefer Tervadas. The benefit admission from Malmalk, admission $1.
That's what's now Ida Crown. That's what became now Ida Crown, or what's that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's where
the Crown, Ida Crown. Yeah.
So that's
still $1 with 2 zeros.
Yeah, $1.
So that's where Reb Nosson Tzvi Finkel went there. So that Mesiras Nefesh probably is what produced someone like Reb Nosson Tzvi. That he should grow up American like that and become bigger Shiva.
Yeah. So the first Pesach that I was observant, I'm learning and I see I have a problem. I realized because I was an owner in the first small corporation, but we had the first commercial granola plant in the United States. And I realized I had 30,000 square feet of hummus. And I was an owner. a mill grinding flour and baking granola. So right? So what I had to do was I had to tell my partners that I can't have any share of anything that occurs. I go to partners, there was like 5 guys. So they wanted to have me locked up in a nut house because I had to spend more money by the accountant to figure out
How much you didn't
what
make.
they didn't have to give me. They said, "You're going to do what? You're going to ask the accountant how much? You're out of you deep-ended. You deep-ended." Because I was, you get out. You crazy. You can't ask them because it was a big, we were distributing to 8 states, and it was 2 shifts, and there was stuff coming in, going out, and stuff in storage, stuff not in storage. So they figured out. The accountants also said, "You don't want us to do this. You just don't want us." Well, I had no choice. I had to do it. To know what my share was cost me almost as much as I was going to make that year on it. Crazy, huh?
Well, I remember I was a Rav in Richmond. I was, getting people to sell their
How
chametz.
long ago you were in Richmond?
I left in 2010.
Richmond.
2011. I was a Rav in Young
Stan
Israel.
Matrani down there by then?
I don't remember that name. There was one fellow there. He was a lawyer, and I would learn with him once a week Chumash Rashi, and he was a ger tzedek, and I asked him if he wanted to sell the chametz. He said, "Well, I'm a lawyer. I wrote up all the paperwork myself," and I looked it over, and he had it okay. So he made the mechir on his own without. I told you this, Rebbe. There was a lawyer in Richmond. I asked him if he wanted me to sell chametz for him. He said no. As a lawyer he likes to write up the star by himself.
You're bored too.
He did. I looked it over and it was good. And it was so he
Get stuck in the house sometimes. I was stuck in the house for almost a week. Go nuts.